Hey everyone, so what we're going to talk about in this training video is customer service, and specifically 2 plus 2 plus 2. So what happens after you make a sale? You just sold some products. Yay! Now what do you do? So a lot of people just get so excited that they've sold product, and then they just let their person go and let them just use the product and don't do any type of follow-up. But let me tell you, if you're looking to build a business where you have solid customers that are going to stick with you for life and be loyal to you and loyal to these products, the way to do that is through customer service and 2 plus 2 plus 2. So let's talk about what happens after you make that sale. What should you be doing to make sure that you are building solid customers? Well, 2 plus 2 plus 2 stands for 2 days, 2 weeks, and 2 months. So that's the way I want you to learn to think about your customer follow-up. Is you're going to be checking in with her 2 days after the sale, 2 weeks after the sale, and 2 months after the sale. And we're going to go through and talk about what should the follow-up look like at each one of those times that you're following up with her. So the first one is 2 days. So at the 2-day follow-up, she bought the product 2 days ago. So she started to use it. You're hoping she started to use it. So one of the things you're going to check is that she actually has started using it. There's been times I followed up with my people after 2 days and they haven't even started using the product yet because they had a question and they didn't want to bother me or for one reason or another. So 2 days is your way to follow up with them, make sure they've started using the product. After they've started using the product, you want to make sure she's happy with it. Is she loving it so far after using it for 2 days? And then the other thing you want to check on is, does she have any questions? Since she started using it over the past 2 days, does she have any questions that she's thought of in regards to that product? This is also a great time, guys, to also possibly upsell her. Ask about what else she loved from her appointment that she didn't end up getting, and just getting her talking about what she thought of the appointment and other products she loved, and seeing if really there was something she wished she took home with her that night that she didn't, so she can go ahead and tell you right then and there, so then you can get it to her the next day or in the next couple days. So those are the big things that happen at the 2-day follow-up. Making sure that she's happy in using the product, seeing if she has any questions, seeing if you can upsell her anything, and then also, because when you did your individual close with her, you not just sold products to her, but you rebooked her for her follow-up appointment. 2 days later is when you're going to be getting her guest list. So remember, when you booked her for her follow-up appointment, you let her know that if she got you a guest list within the next 48 hours, 2 days, you were going to have a free gift for her. So when you're doing your follow-up for your 2 days to check in with the product, you're also checking in and getting that guest list. So those are all the things that are happening at the 2-day check-in. Then let's go on to the 2-week check-in. So at the 2-week check-in, this is typically when you're going to be seeing her for the follow-up appointment. Because typically what happens is we meet with someone and then we book their follow-up for 2 weeks out, okay? So typically this is when you're going to be seeing her. And whether you're seeing her or talking to her, you want to make sure that, one, she doesn't have any other questions about the products at this time. She's been using them for 2 weeks now. So if she does have any questions, she's probably thought of them by now. The other thing you want to check on is that these products have been perfect for her skin. So if she thought she was maybe oily combo, but really she's dry normal, this is when the skincare is not going to be feeling quite right for her. Maybe she thought she was normal and really she's combo and she needs some more of that oil absorber, and the normal dry is making her a little too hydrated. So after 2 weeks is really when you're going to know if you need to do any kind of product exchange and product replacement with her to make sure that she's 100% happy with her products. Because remember, we have 100% satisfaction guarantee with our products. And if she does need to exchange a product with you, remember, it doesn't hurt you because you can just do product replacement for it. So it's a great thing that our company has that for us. So that's what the 2-week follow-up is going to look like. And then the 2-month follow-up. Guys, this one's so important. This is how you guarantee that she is going to become a customer for life, because the 2-month follow-up is where you teach her how to reorder with you. So a lot of people lose clients and customers because their customers and clients don't know how to reorder with them. after they run out of the product that they got at the party, they don't know how to get the product through the consultant. They don't know if she should call you, text you, email you, order through your website, and a confused mind does nothing. So she's confused and she doesn't want to bother you. So she just goes back to the store and goes back to what she was using before she experienced the amazing Mary Kay products with you, and that's just sad. And so the way that you avoid that from happening is that you contact her after 2 months. So you guys know most of our products are going to last between 3 to 6 months, a full-size product. So at 2 months, she's not out of it yet, but she's starting to get lower on it. So at the 2 month, you're checking in with her. You're seeing if there's anything that she wants to reorder at this time to make sure she has it before she runs out. Because this is where you're training her that it's not the store that she can just run and grab it. Like she runs out that morning, she runs to the store and grabs it. Because if you maybe have a little distance in between you, you're going to want time to be able to at least give yourself a few days to get that product to her in case she doesn't live near you. So this 2 month follow-up is important. Okay, so asking her, how are you doing on your products? Is there anything you're starting to run low on that we can replace for you now, so that as soon as you run out of it, you can start the new bottle right away and you don't have to go without your product, okay? So checking in with her, seeing how she's doing on her product. And then I also like to set up follow-up appointments at this time too. So maybe at this point a new product launch has come out. So this is when I'm telling her about our new products too. But my biggest thing is really making sure that she is gonna reorder the product and she knows how to reorder it. So whether she's ordering it then or maybe in the next couple weeks, you're having the conversation with her about how she reorders. You're telling her that your preference is that she goes through your website and that you'll get an email notification. And when she submits the order, it's gonna ask her for her payment information, and go ahead, put your credit or debit card information through with it, but it's not gonna charge it yet. So that way, when I get it sent to me, I'll add on the tax and then I'll put through the payment. So if there are any discounts you've earned, I'll take them off then, but I'll submit the payment. So do it through my website, give the credit or debit card info, it's secure, don't worry about it. It'll come to me and then I'll process it and put it through for you and either send it to you or hand deliver it to you. And walking her through all that so she knows the shipping, the payment, how she gets it, how she pays for it. All of those things are the things that people get tripped up on when they're trying to reorder from us the first time. They don't know how to do it, and then there's all these little things that they just don't understand, so then they just stop and they don't do it. So guys, once you walk her through that first reorder and she understands how to get her products from you and how to reorder, she's going to become a client for life. And that's so important because that's how all the work that you do will continue to pay you again and again and again. And it's absolutely amazing. So that's what 2 + 2 is, and what those 2 + 2 + 2 is, and what those conversations sound like. But the other thing I want to talk to you about is, how do you track that? Okay, great, Caitlin. So I'm going to do these 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 month follow-ups. But how do I track that? Okay, let me explain to you guys. So at all of your appointments, you have people fill out these customer profile cards. So here's a customer profile card I had someone fill out this past weekend. And from that party, you want to take all of the customer profile cards, you want to put them together, put the hostess on top, and paper clip them, okay? So that way you have a stack of all the customer profile cards together. And their referrals are on their back, okay? So you have all of these and they're together. So what you're gonna do is, in an accordion file, okay, like the accordion file, the little ones, or if you have a filing cabinet like I do in my office, that's where mine go. Okay, whatever works for you. If you want a filing cabinet, if you want an accordion file, whatever works for you, okay? But something that's gonna have a way that you can file. And in that filing system, I want you to label the files. The first one will say 2 days. The second one, after that, the next folder, the next file will say 2 weeks. And the file after that will say 2 months. So you're gonna have a file that says 2 days, 2 weeks, okay? And then for 2 months, it's actually not gonna be 2 months. It's gonna be every single month of the year. So it's gonna go January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, okay? So you're gonna have a file that says 2 days, 2 weeks, and then instead of the 2 months, it's gonna say every single month of the year. And here's how it works. So I have my stack paper clipped together. And after my appointment, after I've gone home and I've processed all the orders, everything's good and through, I take that stack, okay, and I keep the order forms with them too, so I remember, and I put them into 2 days. And then on my 6 most important things to do list, which there's another video on, so watch that if you need to know. On my 6 most important things to do list every single day, it says customer follow-up. So when I get to that part of my my 6 most important thing list and it says customer follow-up, I go into my filing cabinet and I look in the 2 days and I see, because when I put them into 2 days, I count 2 days after the day I met with her and I put that on a sticky note on here, okay? So when I'm going through my 2 days, the day that it is, I'm looking to see, are any of my 2 follow-up days today? And if they are, I pull out that stack, and then those are the people I'm following up with that day. And after I do that, I count 2 weeks out from that day. I put that on the sticky note, and then I put them into my 2-week follow-up in my filing cabinet. And then as I'm doing my daily customer follow-up, every day I check that 2-week section, see if the date on any of them is that day. If it is, I pull them out and do my 2-week follow-up at that point. And then after I do my 2-week follow-up, whatever month I'm in at that point, I count 2 months out from then. So say I did my 2-week follow-up with her today, I would count 2 months out, so it's February, so March, April, and I would file her in the April month. And then when I'm doing my daily customer follow-up, I go into the month that it is, see who I haven't contacted in that month yet, pick them out, and do my 2-month follow-up. After you have worked her through that 2 + 2 + 2 system, and you've done your 2-day, your 2-week, and your 2-month follow-up with them, their customer profile cards come out of that accordion file or out of that filing cabinet. And then you make sure that she's already entered into your customers on InTouch, and you make sure that you've contacted all of the referrals on the back of the card. And if you have entered her into my customers, you have contacted all of the referrals, and you have worked her through the 2 + 2 system, you can then shred and get rid of your customer profile cards. Or if you're someone that likes to keep them and has a filing cabinet where you can, and you like to keep stuff, you can keep them. So I actually keep a folder, a little file folder, not like a big file folder, the little manila ones, for every customer I have that's bought product for me. I keep it, and I put her did you know there, and her closing sheet, and her profile cards. I keep all of that together, but it's totally a personal preference. You totally can shred this and get rid of it afterwards, or you can keep it in a filing system. Whatever your preference is, you're your own boss, so you get to make the decision about what's gonna work for you and your lifestyle. If it's gonna stress you out to keep these, don't keep it. If it's gonna stress you out to get rid of them, then don't get rid of them. Totally up to you, what's ever gonna work for you. But that's the system on how to track and keep track of your 2 + 2 + 2 so that you know who to contact. I hope that helps. And remember guys, as long as you work your people through your systems of 2 + 2 + 2, you will have customers for life. And then the last little thing I'm gonna end with is a little plug for PCP, which is Preferred Customer Program. So what Preferred Customer Program is, guys, is it's a thing that Mary Kay actually does for us. Every time we enter people into my customers, okay, every time, and it's 5 times a year, that PCP, Preferred Customer Program, comes out, they allow us to just select all of our customers, okay, and send them a new lookbook for the new product launch. It only costs 70 cents per person, which is way less than what it actually costs for us to order the catalogs and send them out ourselves. It's like almost half the price. So it's a really big deal. So everybody that you have in my customers, as long as they're already in there, you can just hit select all when it comes time for PCP, and all of those people in your customer base will get a catalog in the mail for you, and it's a reason for you to follow up with them. So guess what? Every 3 months when we have one of those PCPs and have a new product launch, that's when I do my next 3-month follow-up. So that's how I don't have to keep working people through, oh my gosh, contact them every 2 months, 2 months, 2 months. After they've done their first reorder with me, every time that PCP comes out, I'm able to just do PCP and product follow-up all in one. So once I've worked them through that first 2 + 2 + 2, from then on out, as my client, they're gonna get a follow-up from me every single 3 months when PCP comes out. So I can check in with them to see how their products are doing for them, but I can also check in with them to tell them about the new products and make sure they got their PCP. So So that's really how we make sure to guarantee that these are customers and clients that stay loyal to us and loyal to the products and stay clients for life, so that all of your hard work will continue to be rewarded.